'cause my dream ain't far away.
You too, welcome to another episode of Divisional Predictions here on FC Sports Network. Going out west, predicting the AFC West. The first team we got in this division is the Denver Broncos, who were 12-4 last year. How do you think this team did in the offseason? How do you think they're going to fare this year in the AFC West?
I think we'll see a much similar year to what we saw last year. We'll see what happens in the playoffs, but I think we'll see a much better Peyton Manning than what we saw at the end of last year. You know, he struggled a little bit. I think his health in this offseason to get his body back where it needs to be for maybe possibly what could be a final run. And this year, I think we'll see a much improved Peyton Manning. The loss of Julius Thomas, of course, you don't want to lose a guy like that. He was a freak of nature. But Peyton Manning, you just put anybody out there, I think they'll succeed for the most part. So I don't think they'll miss him too much. They added Shane Ray in the first round. They've got a lot of pass rushers on the team, so it'll be interesting to see how they implement him into their defense. But he's got a lot of upside. I know a lot of people were high on him. He wasn't one of my favorite pass rushers, but definitely a nice value at the pick 23.
Yeah, like you said, the Denver Broncos lost Julius Thomas. Well, what I think about separates this team from other great teams is their defense. They got two great cornerbacks in Aqib Talib and Chris Harris Jr. Just picked up Shane Ray coming off the edge with DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller. That's going to be a scary defense to play against. Talking about Peyton Manning's health, toward the last 6 games of the season, he did not look himself. The Denver Broncos actually changed their whole offensive philosophy, giving the ball to C.J. Anderson 25-30 times and relying on their rushing game and their defense to win games. If Peyton Manning can get back to 100% and get chemistry with his new targets that they got in the offseason, I believe the Denver Broncos will be #1 team in the AFC West and maybe be a contender for the Super Bowl. The team that we got coming in second, the AFC West, this was a close one for us, is the San Diego Chargers. How do you think their offseason moves in their draft will help them compete in this division?
First off, I thought the Melvin Gordon pick, you couldn't have done any better at that pick 15, especially what their team needs are. I think he'll be a stud in San Diego, and I think he'll help Phillip Rivers out a lot. That was one of my favorite picks of the entire first round. Him going to San Diego, great fit, and I think this offense will just get better. They were a solid offense last season. Phillip Rivers has got some weapons, and now they got a run game. It should be interesting to see. Their defense will be pretty solid as well.
Yeah, like you said, the San Diego Chargers need a running back. Last year, they were 30th NFL in rush yards per game, and they got a good one in Melvin Gordon. The thing that worries me about this team is the contract negotiations with Eric Weddle. How is that going to affect the locker room? Hopefully he plays all year for them. It gives them good value from the free safety position. Their offense was solid last year. Antonio Gates, getting up there in age, turned 35 last week, but he does it year in and year out, being one of the best tight ends in the NFL. We'll see if Phillip Rivers can lead this team to the second place in the AFC West. Moving on to the third place team in this division, the Kansas City Chiefs. How do you think this team will fare in the NFL and the AFC West this season?
Well, they lost to Wayne Bowe, and then they got Jeremy Maclin. So, Alex Smith, you got to throw the ball downfield. You got a guy like Jeremy Maclin, a vertical threat. He's a guy that can get downfield, so we'll see if they're able to do that with him. They drafted Chris Conley at wide receiver 2. He was a freak at the combine. So he's definitely got some speed at the wide receiver position. I like the Peters pick. I know he had some off-field stuff, but from what I've heard, he's got himself worked out, and he's ready to play some football. He has some very impressive tape at Washington. Jamal Charles is going to be Jamal Charles, and Justin Houston is going to be the elite pass rushers that he is. They could very well compete for that second spot, if not a close third. This is going to be a fun team to watch the upcoming season. But I think a lot's going to be on Alex Smith and his ability to get the ball downfield, because that's where they've struggled in the past couple of years.
Like you said, the Kansas City Chiefs, I love their defense. They have two of the nastiest linebackers in the NFL with Justin Houston and Tamba Hali. And they got Eric Berry back, a great story that might propel her team coming back from cancer. Always great to see a story like that. Well, like you said, with Alex Smith and Jeremy Maclin, Jeremy Maclin's a speed guy. You're going to have to get him the ball. Maybe they can get him some bubble screens to get him out in space. But really what I think is going to propel this team is Jamal Charles in the defense. And maybe they can have a playoff run and maybe go for that second spot in the AFC West.
Yeah, if they're able to get Maclin the ball in space, I think that'll make up for it. But still, you got to keep guys on.
Yeah, agreed. With the last spot in the AFC West, we got the Oakland Raiders, who struggled last year, one of the worst teams of football. But we over here at FC Sports Network think they're going to pick it up and have a better year than they did last year.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of a lot of the moves they made. I think their offense is headed in that right direction. I think Derek Carr had a solid rookie year, and he shows a lot of promising signs. Amari Cooper will be an elite receiver, I believe, from the jump. Very polished route runner, has a ton of athletic abilities, nice hands. So I think he'll be pretty impressive. We got Clive Watford as well to play that tight end spot. He was pretty solid at Miami. He made some plays, so they're giving Derek Carr some weapons and giving him all the pieces he needs to be a successful quarterback in the league. I just think overall this Oakland Raiders team is headed in the right direction. Not quite there yet. Maybe they'll have one more down year. I think overall they're starting to pick it up a little bit.
Going into the offseason, the Oakland Raiders need some playmakers. They got two pretty good ones, with Michael Crabtree, a good possession receiver, and one of the best wide receiver playmakers in the draft, with Amari Cooper, going head-to-head with Kevin White. But what they did get was some weapons for Derek Carr to throw the ball to out in space. Another thing I like about the Oakland Raider offense is the running back in the backfield. Latavius Murray didn't have a lot of blocking last year, but to me, he's a poor man Adrian Peterson. He's big, he's fast, and he gets the job done. Yeah, like you said, I think the Raiders are on the up and up as a team in the NFL, but playing a tough division, going to come fourth in the AFC West this season. That's all we got here at FC Sports Network. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash the like button, and if you're new and you like NFL or college content, it wouldn't hurt to subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment section below and give us a feel of your own predictions. Alright, that's Faux Freeze and Coop signing out of here.